Good evening and welcome to the gymnasium on the campus of North Mason High School in Belfair for tonight's boys high school basketball game on MasonWebTV.com. I'm Diedrich Allen in my usual spot. This is an Olympic League matchup between the Sequim Wolves and the North Mason Bulldogs. Sequim comes into tonight's game with a 2-2 record, 2-1 in league play. The Wolves last played Monday night when they knocked off Kingston 53-47 behind the 15 points each from Gabe Carter and Andrew Scheimer. North Mason is 1-5 on the season, 1-3 in Olympic League play. The Bulldogs also played Monday night, falling in Port Townsend 53-38. Boys from Belfair lost despite 13 points each from Riley McKean and Matt Duckworth. Will Sequim continue building momentum after knocking off the Buccaneers? Or will North Mason put together a complete game and give the game as they did the last time we saw them here on MasonWebTV.com? We'll find out in moments. It's boys high school basketball. The Sequim Wolves of the North Mason Bulldogs next on MasonWebTV.com.
Remember adventure? We do. The adventure begins at ExplorerHoodCanal.com.
Thank you for checking out MasonWebTV.com. MasonWebTV.com provides local information written by local people, giving you another source for news, sports, and weather in Mason County. MasonWebTV.com is committed and dedicated to Mason County, giving you just what you need to stay informed. We've made it as easy as possible to stay up to date with RSS feeds, and you can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. This is MasonWebTV.com. Check us out daily.
Back at North Mason High School for tonight's basketball game. Did have an opportunity to talk with Coach Steve Hackett of the Bulldogs. All right, Coach, what happened in Port Townsend?
We just didn't come ready to play. The guys were, flat early, and that's on us as a coaching staff. We got to get them ready. And, I've been riding them pretty hard this week about we can't come out that flat again. As a game, we really thought we should have taken advantage of the opportunity, and we didn't. So we're really disappointed in that loss.
I'll talk about your team a little bit. I noticed that Riley McKean and Matt Duckworth are doing what they're doing, and Riley being the veteran and Matt being kind of, would you call him a mentor, mentoring him a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. And then there are a lot of the same player. Riley plays a lot of baseball. Basketball is definitely his second love, but Matt has really busted his butt, man. He played all summer and works really hard. And, after his first game, he struggled, and I did see in the locker room, Riley had his arm around him. He goes, man, my first game, I was like, 1 for 13 or something. Don't worry about it, So he does a good job of mentoring, and Matt does a good job of looking up to the right guys from your leadership.
Let's go back and talk to you about your sophomores that you have in your lineup. Devontae had a great game last time I saw him.
Yes.
And not so much the next time.
No, you can't. If we expected him to get, I think he had 18 and 12 or 16 and 12 against Port Angeles. If we expected that, there would be, all conference looks for him. But he played out of his mind, played great basketball. Our athletic director said, man, he's just in beast mode, and that's what it was. It was really nice. And Daniel did a good job. I think Daniel had 11 or 12 boards. And then, they kind of settled back into reality a little bit. I mean, they're good ball players, but they're not guys that are going to get 18 and 12 every single night rolling it out there. So, hopefully we can get that out of him, but it's not expected. We don't expect him to get 18.
Now, I was watching your guys watch the JV earlier, and they're encouraging the JV. Yeah. You encourage that?
Oh, absolutely. We try to sell a team and family all the time. And, they're here for the start of the JV game. And it's such a small school. You see each other all day. So it's not like, oh, you're that varsity guy. You see each other. You're in some of the same classes. But these guys do a great job of encouraging him. They're trying to coach him. It's like we got 13 coaches up there at times because they're all yelling at different players and trying to get it going. But it's great. And the JV guys really look up to those seniors.
Now let's move on to tonight's opponent, Sequim. Now I was talking to some people, and they say Sequim, this is probably the best team that they've had in about a decade.
Yeah, and they're a handful. Preseason, the coaches all selected them to win the conference. Now Olympics showing, we might have been wrong there. They got a powerful team out there, but they're good. They're solid. Coach Greg does a great job with them all across the board. They're just aggressive guys. Size-wise, they're not going to intimidate you. In an open gym setting, you're not going, oh, look out for those guys. But once they start, man, they're just basketball players, and they play year-round. They play good, solid basketball.
What do you expect out of the Wolves tonight?
They got Brocklesby and Carter. Carter, the guy seems like he's been in high school for 7 years. And, I think ever since I've been around, he's been on this team. We just got to do a good job of containing them and play within ourselves. If we play within ourselves and, we should be able to battle, be in a puncher's chance for sure.
Now, from your team standpoint, staying with what you've done all the season, or are you going to change something up a little bit?
Oh yeah, we're not jumping ship. We knew kind of where we were. We didn't expect to be sitting here being undefeated right now, saying what's going on. We're still mixing up some different defenses. We run a zone, we run a triangle and two. That worked really well against Port Angeles. They didn't know what we were in. They couldn't counter it. But we're going to stay with it on offense. We've thrown some kinks in our zone offense, trying to get the ball to post. We get so happy with just firing threes off, which I don't mind if you hit about 10 or 12 of them, but if you don't, it's a long night. So,
all right, well, go get them tonight.
Hey, thanks for having us on. Go Dogs.
That was North Mason coach Steve Hackett before the game, talking about his Bulldogs. We will get to the starting lineups in just a moment here on MasonWebTV.com.
I'll call it a sports complex building that was attached to the softball field. Fully involved when we got here.
You can sign that or not. I'm making a difference. That's what I think of it. Steve, don't feel.
You solemnly swear?
Solemnly swear.
We are therefore unwilling to comply with the board's October 31st, 2011 request to submit 8.5% budget cuts.
The reality is, when I took office 12 years ago almost, I took an oath of office to uphold the laws of the state of Washington and the United States.
It's our belief when the heat on the porch got significant enough, it just broke that glass, blew the door out. And when the glass broke out, it essentially sucked the fire into the house.
Rebound pulled down by Paget for Shelton. He'll get it to Fisher. 20 seconds to go. And Fisher lost it. Sandquist comes up with a miss the layup. The rebound is tapped up to the top of the key, and Bielik get a three-pointer!
Two receivers on the near side. In the shotgun goes Green. Comes the blitz. Green will just pull it down and run with it straight up the middle. Get out to the outside. He's going to go again all the way for the score. One guy to beat. Can Deercott get him in the goal line? Not quite. Touchdown, Red Devils.
Pitch on the way to Brown. There's a swing and a drive deep to center field. It's going. It's gone. It's a home run. It's a grand slam home run for Marissa Brown and the Bulldogs.
The 2011 Grand Marshal of the 4th Festival Parade, John Tarrant, the Mayor of Shelton.
To those who have and will continue to serve and protect us, especially to those here present, a profound thank you.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money.
And welcome back to North Mason High School Gymnasium for the just before the start of our game between the Esquim Wolves and the North Mason Bulldogs. Let's give you the starting lineups for both teams, starting off with the Esquim Wolves. Anthony Pinza. He's a 5'8 junior point guard, that is. Jason Brocklesby, a 6'2 senior forward. Tim Guan, a 6'2 senior wing or a guard, depending on the offensive set. Gabe Carter, a 6'4 senior. He plays all positions. And Andrew Scheimer, a 6'4 senior post. For the Bulldogs, starting out, Anthony Price, a 6' senior guard. Riley McKean, a 5'9 senior guard. Evan Daly, a 6'3 senior forward. C.J. Allen, a 6'2 senior guard. And getting the starting nod, the other sophomore on the Line up Devontae Davenport, a 5'11" sophomore guard. So that's Pinza, Brocklesby, Guam, Carter, and Scheimer for the Wolves. Price, McKean, Daly, Allen, and Davenport for the Bulldogs. We'll get the tip-off in just a moment here on MasonWebTV.com.
Attention singers, musicians, and all types of bands. Would you like to get some exposure? Not that type of exposure.
Get out.
Wrong again. How would you like to have your music featured on Mason Web TV? We play music before our webcasts and also at halftime of our sporting events. All you have to do is send an MP3 of your original music to music@MasonWebTV.com and we'll add it to our programming. The Bieber did it via the internet. Why can't you? That's music@MasonWebTV.com.
Packers,
Vikings, Red State, Blue State.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
But when we live united, we create real lasting change in the education, income, and health of our country.
United.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
We're about ready to get this thing tipped off. North Mason and Sequim, Bulldogs in their home white. For the first quarter, they'll be going away from our camera up in the corner here as we usually get our little spot up in the corner. The Wolves are in their road purple. Allen, and it looks like it is Brocklesby will meet in center court. Ball's up, and Allen taps it over to Daly, gets it to McKean, and here come the Bulldogs to start out the ball game with the ball. Price has it on the far side. Back to McKean, swinging over to Devontae Davenport. Up top to McKean and over around the horn it goes to Price. Looking low, looking for this post-up. Find Daly. Daly kicks it out and deflected out to, that's Price. Price behind the back dribble. He tried to launch a shot and it's deflected back into his face and going the other way. Laying off the glass and in and drawing the foul. It's Tim Guan. Personal foul on the Bulldogs. Goes on Anthony Price. Early on, a first foul on Anthony. At the line for possible three-point play, Tim Guan. 2-0. They only played almost 30 seconds. Make it 3-0 here in the first quarter. Here come the Bulldogs trying to get the offensive set. And Price swinging over to Davenport. Davenport on the left side. Dribbles four in the corner. Gets it out top to Price. Price drives to the top of the key. Stops and swings over the far side. That's McKean. McKean to McKee. To Devontae Davenport. Side of the paint to Allen. One dribble. Bounce it. Extra pass to Daly. Kick it out to McKean. He'll fake the three. Got 14 to work on the shot clock. Lob it over to the corner. Davenport drives in. Two big steps to the side of the key. Missed the shot. Rebound pulled down by the Wolves. And that was Scheimer. And here he comes. Anthony Pinza tried to get it to Carter. It was out of bounds. That's the first turnover on the Wolves. It's Bulldog ball with a minute gone in the first quarter. 3-0 Sequim leads. North Mason has the ball. Riley McKean running point. Goes over to the left, throws it into the corner, and Davenport trapped in the corner. Throws the side of the paint, and it's deflected, and it goes right to Carter, or Scheimer actually. And now here comes Carter. Three on the way. That's off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Guan, and a whistle on the Bulldogs. Second on Anthony Price. Shooting two. It's Tim Guan. He missed the first one. He'll get another one. Duckworth will step onto the court and replace Price. 6:38 to go here in the first. Second free throw is off. Sneaking in there and crowning the rebound was Brocklesby. He throws it off the knee of Davenport out of bounds. It'll be a Sequim ball in the far corner on the baseline. It's like Carter will trigger the play. Inbounds, it goes to Pinza. It's between the circles with the dribble. Throws it over to it's Carter. Carter. Lob it side of the paint to Scheimer, back to Carter, down on low, and a little extra pass in there. And the shot gets out to Pinza. His shot at the foul line fell off. Rebound bounces all the way out to the band. And it's Bulldog ball. It'll be Bulldog ball with 6:14 to go here in the first. 3-0 Sequim leads. North Mason has the ball. Here comes Riley McKean. Swinging over to Davenport, working on the opposite side now. Bumped and fouled. That'll be on Guan. That's his first whistle on the Wolves. 6:05 to go here in the first quarter. 3-0 Sequim leads. North Mason has the ball. Davenport will inbound it to McKean. Back to Davenport, down to the baseline, and Daly out to the top to McKean. Over to Daly. Daly for three to tie. No. Rebound pulled down by Sequim's Scheimer. And quickly the Wolves are going the other way. Into the paint is the ball. Went to Carter, and it's poked out of there, and they're going to say again off of Carter. It's Bulldog ball. Evan Daly would get a breather. Daniel Burgroff is in the ball game for the first time tonight. Here comes Riley McKean with the ball. Back to Davenport, drives to the baseline, pull-up jumper for Devontae, missed it, and the rebound's pulled down by Sequim. And here they come, going coast to coast off the glass. Missing the shot was Jason Brocklesby, and they'll get two shots. Third team foul on North Mason. Riley McKean picked up his first. Brocklesby at the line for two free throws. 5:21 to go here in the first quarter. 3-0. Sequim leads. Missed the first one, does Brocklesby. Alec Berry checks into the ballgame for the Wolves. Alec Berry is a 6-foot sophomore. Sequim's Brocklesby has a second free throw. That one's short, and the rebound is pulled down by Burgroff. To the McKean, and here come the Bulldogs, trying to cut into this 3-point lead. Duckworth to McKean. Lob it back to Duckworth. Duckworth throwing it back to McKean between the circles. Bounce it over to Davenport. Back to McKean. 15 on the shot clock. Duckworth, one dribble, drives to the baseline. Lob it up to McKean. McKean throws it across court to Davenport. Davenport dribble penetrates with 5 on the shot clock. Throws it to the baseline. Allen for a jumper, 18-footer, falls off, and rebound is finally corralled by the Wolves. And here comes Carter back the other way. Pull-up jumper at the foul line, in and out. Rebound. Knocked out of bounds, they say. It went off of the Bulldogs. It was a Sequim ball. Baseline inbounds to the left of the backboard. Carter would trigger the play, looking for Brocklesby. Lobs it up top to Pinza. Over to Brocklesby, hands it off to Carter. Carter in the corner, guarded by Allen. Swing it down. And now Pinza fakes the three. Over to Carter. Carter for three. That's off, and rebound pulled down by Allen. They'll get it to McKean. Here come the Bulldogs. Still 3-0. 4:20 to go in the first quarter. Allen has it. Reverses the layup. Missed it. Rebound is pulled down by Scheimer. Here comes Carter up the far sidelines. To the three-point arc. Behind the back to Carter. Over it goes to Berry. To Carter between the circles. Back to Berry. Down it goes to Brocklesby. No, it's Scheimer, excuse me. Now it goes out to Carter. Cross court it goes to Berry. Berry for three. Yes, count that one. There was a lot of air under that. And it's 6-0 Sequim. 3:45 to go in the first quarter. McKean stops at the top of the key, throws it over to Davenport. Back to McKean, top of the key, fakes a three. Throws it back over to the left, and it's Davenport. Down to Allen, double team, drives baseline, pulls up, lays it up and in. C.J. Allen with his first bucket, and the Bulldogs are finally on the board. Wolves coming right back. Three on the way again, and in for Berry. 2 threes. And the Bulldogs are going to take a timeout. 9-2 is the score. 3:17 to go here in the first quarter. Sequim on top. Bulldogs have the ball when we come back on MasonWebTV.com.
7,000 students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. Keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
It'll be Bulldog ball coming out of the timeout. 3:17 to go in the first. 9 for Sequim, 2 for North Mason. Couple of threes is sank in the quarter here by Alec Berry. Berggraf inbounds it, and it goes to McKean, and here come the Bulldogs. McKean into the corner, goes to Duckworth, side of the paint to C.J. Allen, down to Berggraf, and he's triple teamed underneath, and the ball pops free, tied up by Barry, the Squim, and a jump ball is called. Alternating possession goes to the Bulls. Pinza, running point to Carter. Over goes to Barry, to Pinza. Tapped it over to Carter. Carter trying to get by McKean. Drives in the paint, kick it out. 3 on the way and in again for Barry. That's his third in the quarter, giving him 9 points. And it's a 10-point lead quickly for the Wolves. Bulldogs had the ball. McKean with it. Bounce it over to Duckworth. Duckworth bounces in to Allen down on the baseline. Throw it out the top. And going to get it in backcourt was McKean after deflection by Pinza. Now to Duckworth. One hands it to Berggraf. Drives side of the paint to the hoop. Had it blocked, but they're going to say he got a lot of body. And to the line, Daniel Berggraf. 2 shots coming. Eric Christensen checked in the ballgame. He gets a personal foul. Daniel Berggraf hit the first one. Donovan Lee checks into the ballgame for Squim, giving Anthony Pinza some needed rest. 12-3 now. Berggraf's second free throw is off. Rebound deflected and trying and going to get it to C.J. Allen. Allen will turn around and jump with a jumper. It's partially deflected. The rebound goes to Carter. Carter throws it up the court, picked off by Duckworth. And a whistle on the Wolves. Brocklesby is going to be called with the foul. That's his first. Evan Daly returns to the Bulldog lineup. Here come the Bulldogs. McKean with it between the circles. Over to Duckworth. Lays the pass down the baseline to Allen. Can't handle it. And Carter has a pick coming the other way for the Wolves. Into the corner goes to Lee. Now to Barry. Up top to Carter. Carter throws it across to Barry. Barry from the 3 again. Oh, nothing but air on that one. And Davenport will come up with it. And Devontae will run point this time. One hands it down and is picked off by the Wolves. And here comes Carter, top of the key. Nice pass down low to Brocklesby. Got it to fall in, looking for the foul, but won't get it. It's 14-3. Squim on top. McKean for 3 at the top of the key. Nailed it. And it's 14-6 now. Trying to answer right back. The Wolves missing the shot from the outside. I believe that was Christensen. And the rebound goes to the Bulldogs. Here comes McKean. McKean bounces it over to Davenport, to Duckworth. Duckworth for 3. That's a little hard. McKean pulls down the rebound. And he'll go around and set the offense. He'll step back for 3 and hit another one. So it's now a 5-point lead for Squim. Here come the Wolves right back. Carter hits the trailer, gets the ball right back. Takes the 3 from the elbow. Missed it. Rebound goes to Allen. For North Mason to McKean, and here come the Bulldogs. McKean, top of the keys, shuffles over to the left, throws it over to Davenport, throws it down low. It's knocked out of bounds by the Wolves. Scheimer in on the play. Levi Rowland stepped onto the court for the first time for North Mason. And let's see, we have a new player out there. Inbounds to Daly. He can't get it to fall in there. Rowland almost has a rebound, and now Guan check back in, comes up with the ball, and it's a whistle on the Bulldogs. Rowland picked up the personal. That's his first. Dustin Mincy will step onto the court for the first time tonight, replacing Devontae Davenport. Squim ball with a 5-point lead, 14-9, with 19 seconds to go in the first quarter. Here comes Pinza for the Wolves. Top of the key on the dribble. Swing it over to Guan, gets it right back. Thought about a 3, bounce it back to Guan. To Pinza. Pinza to the foul line. kicked it out. Barry, 3 again. No. Rebound goes to Roland. Roland will get it to McKean, and that's the first quarter. A little slow start for the Bulldogs, but they're in the game, only down by 5, 14-9 after 1. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more from MasonWebTV.com.
Seconds count. In just 30 seconds, a small fire inside your home can double in size, or an oxygen-starving seizure can kill 1 million brain cells. Seconds count. So when you call 911, take a deep breath and answer every question, starting with the very first one.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
911 needs your exact location. 911 needs to know where to go.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. Oh, and she even talks to it. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
So after 1 quarter, Sequim leads 14-9. Bulldogs will start the second quarter with the ball. Daly, McKean, Davenport, Rowland, and Duckworth on the court for North Mason. Davenport has it down. It goes to Daly. Daly, turnaround jumper off the glass. Nope. Rebound. Ping pongs around, and Rowland comes up with it for North Mason to Duckworth. Duckworth back to Rowland. Turnaround jumper side of the paint. That's a little hard. Rebound pulled down by Guan. And here comes Carter the other way for Sequim. Top of the key. Throws over to Pinza. Pinza. Looking low, side of the paint, feed it goes, and now down to Carter. Carter tries to reverse the layup, draws a foul on North Mason. Personal foul went on to Davenport. This is first. Carter's on the line for 2 free throws. Got the first one. He'll get another one. Extends the lead to 6, 15-9. Second free throw up and in. 7:29 counting in the second quarter. 16-9 is the score. Sequim on top. North Mason with the ball. McKean with it, draws a double team. Throws it back to Duckworth, side of the paint to Rowland. Back out to McKean. McKean throws over to Davenport, looking low. It's back to McKean. McKean dribbles top the key, fakes 3. Throws it over to Davenport, down to the baseline. Turnaround jumper for Evan Daly. 5-point lead for Sequim, 16-11. Pinza and Guan change passes. Now goes down to Scheimer to Carter off the glass and in. Carter, his 4th point of the night, and it's 18-11. 7-point lead for Sequim. McKean, and his ball, his pass picked off by Pinza. Throwing it to the trailer, laying it up and in. Jason Brocklesby giving 4 points. Here come the Bulldogs, trailing by 9 now, 20-11. Davenport with it, looking low, throws it across court to Duckworth, catches, fakes the 3, and bounces it up top to McKean. McKean, back and forth on the dribble, gets a screen from Rowland. One hands it over to Duckworth, back out to McKean. McKean, screen up top, then to Duckworth. Duckworth for 3, in and out. Rebound goes to Scheimer, get it to Pinza. And here come the Wolves, leading by 9. There's Carter. Carter, down low to Brocklesby, bangs bodies, throws it up, pops out, rebound, goes to Davenport. Here comes McKean for North Mason. Top of the key on the dribble. Throw it over to Duckworth, and we have a whistle away from the ball. A foul on the Bulldogs away from the ball. Rowland picked up his 2nd. Anthony Price and C.J. Allen return for North Mason. Sequim ball with a 20-11 lead with 5:45 to go here in the half. Pinza throws it over to Guan. Down to the baseline, and it's Carter. Back out to Guan to Pinza. Now outside the paint goes to, that was Scheimer who drew the foul on North Mason. 7th team foul. Price just picked up his third. No, that one didn't go on Price. It's a Daly. Daly picked up the personal. So at the line for a 1-and-1, Andrew Scheimer. Missed the first one, and Price got the rebound, but it was standing on the baseline. Coach Hack is not liking what he's seeing on the court. Bounces it in the Squim ball, threw it away right to McKean. McKean lets the pack pass him by and brings it up slowly. Throw it over to Price. Price working on the far side. Back up top to McKean, now to Davenport, looking low for Daly. Now to McKean. McKean over to Price. Price takes the dribbles, gets the screen. Needs somebody to throw it to, finds Daly on the box. Fadeaway hook in the middle, pops out, rebound. They deflected out and still free. Daly comes up with it, puts it up, missed the shot. Rebound goes to the hands of Scheimer. Here comes Squim. Up it goes to Brocklesby. Brocklesby to three-point arc, drives to the box. And a foul on the Bulldogs. King just picked up his second. Brocklesby be at the line for first of a 1-and-1. Christensen returns for Squim. And Barry's back in there as well. Brocklesby's missed the first of a 1-and-1. Rebound goes to Daly, and here comes Price for North Mason. To Davenport, back to Price between the circles. High post speed, it goes to Allen. One dribble handed off to Davenport. Davenport pass back to Price. He's got 15 to work. Trying to lace a pass down low. It's deflected and stolen away by Christensen. And here comes Guan the other way. Trying to get it to Christensen. He forces up a shot. It comes up short. Rebound pulled down by McKean. McKean drew the foul on Squim. Win on Eric Christensen. That's his second. Duckworth returns for North Mason, replacing Devontae Davenport. So it's McKean, Price, Daly, Allen, and Duckworth on the court for North Mason. Price, high post speed. Hands it off to Duckworth. Stands on the three-point arc, launches a long two. Missed it. Rebound goes down to Allen. Allen is mugged and fouled under the hoop. Christensen just picked up his third personal. 15th foul on the Wolves. Baseline inbound for North Mason. Oh, Price had a nice idea, but stepping in the passing lane was Guan. And another turnover on the Bulldogs. And here is Brocklesby. Guan for three. In and out. Rebound goes to McKean. McKean looks the court over for a long ball, doesn't see it. Puts it down, brings up the ball himself. Throws it over to Duckworth. Duckworth lobbing it down to McKean. He can't quite put it, get the fall. And rebound goes to Carter. And here come the Wolves. Carter, top of the key, over to Barry. Barry fakes the three, drives inside the three-point arc. Now to Christensen, turnaround jumper is short. Rebound goes to Daly. Daly get it to Price. Price up the far side. 3:20 to go in the half. 20 to 11. McKean for three at the top. It's a brick. Rebound goes to Barry for Squim. He'll throw it over to Brocklesby. Brocklesby is fouled on the move to the bucket, but the Bulldogs are over the bonus. Over the limit, I should say. McKean just picked up his third. So Pinza returns for Squim, as does Scheimer. Devontae Davenport will get Riley McKean. He'll sit down with three fouls. 3:10 to go here in the first half. 20 for Squim, 11 for North Mason. Brocklesby missed the first of a 1-and-1. Price with the rebound, and here he goes the other way for the North Mason. High post feed, it goes to Allen. Allen hands it off to Davenport, finds Daly at the foul line, missed the shot, and the rebound Goes to Pinza, who's fouled. Trying to find out who with the foul went on. Still discussing who the fouls on. There were a couple of Bulldogs in the play. Anthony Pinzo will be shooting 2, and Price just picked up his third. Oops, got the first one. Pardon me, I wasn't in the shot there. 21-11 now. 2:50 to go in the half. Pinza's second free throw goes in as well, and make it an 11-point lead, 22-11. Squim on top, North Mason with the ball. Price thought about a three at the top. After the pick, finds Davenport, goes right to the hoop, lays off the glass and in. Devontae Davenport with his first bucket of the night. And here comes Guan right back for Squim. Pinza shuffles it back in and goes to Guan. Guan trying to get it in the middle. Comes out to Scheimer, and Barry comes up with it. He'll get it. Open three for Barry. Nope. Rebound tapped in, tapped up top. Pinza, top of the key for three. That's short. Rebound goes to Barry. One dribble. Puts it up. Missed it. Rebound. Brocklesby lost it, and there's a whistle under the bucket on the Bulldogs. Davenport just picked up his second personal foul. Jason Brocklesby is at the line for 2 free throws. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Has 4 points. Make him 0 for 5. Carter will step on. Guan will sit down for the Wolves. Leading by 9, 22-13, 2:12 to go here in the half. Second free throw is up and in for Brocklesby. Give him 5 points, and the lead is 10 for Squim. North Mason with the ball. Price with it, shuffles over, draws a double team, bounces it to Allen. Allen, though, look to Duckworth. Duckworth ends up trying to make a move, bobbled the ball, and he picked up his pivot foot. Another turnover on the Bulldogs. 1:59 to go in the half. 10-point lead for Squim, 23-13. Here comes Pinza. Pinza to the top of the key. Lob it down, and a nice tap pass to, that was Scheimer, puts it up and in. Good ball movement by the Wolves. And it is a 12-point lead for Squim. North Mason has the ball again. Davenport with it. Throws in the corner to Price. Price gets a screen from Daly. Finds Duckworth up top, over to the opposite end. Davenport with it. Back to Duckworth. Duckworth over it goes to Price. Price, he is guarded by, that's Carter. Now into the corner goes to Daly. Daly up to Duckworth. Duckworth with 7 on the shot clock. Price, 5. Drives in, and a hand check on Brocklesby. That's his second 6-team foul, and bailed out the Bulldogs there as the clock was winding down on that foul. So it'll be sideline inbounds in front of the Squim bench. Davenport will trigger the play. Inbounds to Price at midcourt. Minute 10 to go in the half. Price, no looks to Davenport in the corner on the left side. Gets it back out top to Price. Price gets a screen from Allen. Steps back, throws it to Duckworth. Duckworth bounces it over the corner to Daly. Daly throws it out to Price. Price fakes a three, steps inside the arc, steps back out, throws a pass over to Duckworth. Now back to Anthony Price. Price has 10 on the shot clock, got to do something. He'll just take a three. Force that one up there, and the ball runs out of bounds in the corner. 41.1 seconds to go in the half. 25-13 is their score. Squim on top and with the ball. Here comes Pinza. Pinza throws it over to Carter. Back up top to Pinza. Takes the pass down, has a lane, drives to kick it out to Barry. Barry back to Pinza. 3 in the key on the Wolves. It's only their third turnover by my count. I could be wrong. 24.7 seconds to go in the half. 25-13. Squim leads North Mason with the ball. Anthony Price with it. High post feed to Allen. Hand it off to Duckworth. He'll set his feet for three. On the way, off the glass and falls out. Rebound pulls down by Pinza. And here come the Wolves, leading by 12. Berry for three again. No. Rebound tracked down in Davenport in the corner. Finds Daly. Daly hit the light on his long ball, and the quarter comes to an end. So we're through one half. Swim leads 25-13. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back here for some halftime activities on MasonWebTV.com.
Remember adventure? We do. The fun begins at ExploreHoodCanal.com.
Hey business owners, it's not too late to get your business featured on MasonWebTV.com. You can advertise in a webcast, just on the website, or both. If you choose a webcast, it's $30 per game, and that gets you free 30-second commercials. If you're looking for a more consistent way to advertise, then a banner ad on MasonWebTV.com is just what you need. For $75 a month, you will get a static place on the front page and a rotating banner on every other page. We also have special deals. If you want both, contact MasonWebTV.com for details.
Well, it's halftime at North Mason. The Sequim Wolves lead the North Mason Bulldogs by a score of 25-13. Leading the way for the Wolves, Alec Berry. He has, I should say Alex Berry. He has 9 points. 5 for Jason Brocklesby. 4 for Gabe Carter. Let's see here, 2 for Andrew Scheimer and 2 for Anthony Pinza. That wraps up the scoring for the Wolves. The Bulldogs, they're being led by Riley McKean with 6 points. And then 2 for Evan Daly, C.J. Allen, and Devontae Davenport, and a point for Daniel Berghoff. So the halftime score is 25 for Sequim, 13 for North Mason. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the third quarter in about 7.5 minutes here on MasonWebTV.com.
I'll call it a sports complex building that was attached to the softball field. Only involvement we got here is...
You can sign that or not. I'm making a difference. That's what I think of it. Steve Bloomfield.
This all needs where?
We are therefore unwilling to comply with the board's October 31st, 2011 request to submit 8.5% budget cuts.
The reality is, when I took office 12 years ago almost, I took an oath of office to uphold the laws of the state of Washington and the United States.
It's our belief when the heat on the porch got significant enough, it just broke that glass, blew the door out. And when the glass broke out, it essentially sucked the fire into the house.
Rebound pulled down by Padgett for Shelton. He'll get it to Fisher. 20 seconds to go. And Fisher lost it. Sandquist comes up with a miss the layup. The rebound is tapped up to the top of the key, and Bielik hit a three-pointer!
2 receivers on the near side. In the shotgun goes Green. Comes the blitz. Green will just pull it down and run with it straight up the middle. Get out to the outside. He's going to go again all the way for the score. One guy to beat. Can Deercup get him in the goal line? Not quite. Touchdown, Red Devils.
Pitch on the way to Brown. There's a swing and a drive deep to center field. It's going. It's gone. It's a home run. It's a grand slam home run for Marissa Brown and the Bulldogs.
2011 Grand Marshal of the 4th Festival Parade, John Tarrant, the Mayor of Shelton,
to those who have and will continue to serve and protect us, especially to those here present, a profound thank you.
Bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I met you like a man on a fuzzy tree. Friends say I'm acting white as a bug. I'm in love, I'm all shook up. Well, my feet are shaky and my knees are weak. I can't seem to stand on my own 2 feet. Who do you think when you had such luck? I'm in love, I'm all shook up. Oh, hey, yeah. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up, but I'm feeling fine. I need that girl that I love the best. My heartbeat's always scaring me to death. Touch my hand, what a chill I got. Kisses are like a volcano that's hot. I proudly say she's my buttercup. I'm in love, I'm all shook up. Hey, yeah. When my tongue gets tired when I try to speak, the inside shake like a leaf on a tree. So I want you for this body of mine. That girl that I love so fine. Touched my hair, what a chill I got. Kisses are like a volcano that's hot. I'm proud to say she's my buttercup. I'm in love, I'm all shook up. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. I'm all shook up. I see a bad moon rising. I see
Attention, singers, musicians, and all types of bands. Would you like to get some exposure? Not that type of exposure.
Get out.
Wrong again. How would you like to have your music featured on Mason Web TV? We play music before our webcasts and also at halftime of our sporting events. All you have to do is send an MP3 of your original music to music@masonwebtv.com and we'll add it to our programming. The Bieber did it via the internet. Why can't?
All right, well, we'll just have to interrupt that promo because we're underway here in North Mason. This Wolves lead 25-13. And they have the ball. Brocklesby with it. Side of the paint, it goes to Carter. Now back to Brocklesby. Brocklesby to Pinza. Pinza to Brocklesby. Down the side of the paint, and it's Scheimer. Out to Pinza. Pinza fakes a three, drives inside, finds a Scheimer at the foul line. Back out to Pinza. Pinza for three. That's short. Rebound goes to Price. And here come the Bulldogs the other way. Just underway here in the third quarter. Davenport with it now. Draws a double team, loses the ball, and it's Scheimer coming up with it. He'll hand it off to Carter. Carter top of the key and gets it right back. Throw it over to Guan. Now to Brocklesby in the left side. Down to the baseline to Pinza. Back to Brocklesby. Brocklesby back to Pinza on the baseline. And he'll dribble out and set the offense. 10 on the shot clock. Brocklesby jumper, 15-footer off. Rebound goes finally to Allen. Allen handed it off to Price, and here come the Bulldogs, trailing by 12. McKean to Price, and then back over to the near side, and it is Davenport to Price, and over to McKean. McKean for three. Nope. Rebound. Allen comes up with it, throws it up to Davenport, attacks the basket, missed the layup. The rebound goes to Pinza. And he'll throw it all the way up to Brocklesby, who's cherry picking. Stopped and slid out of bounds. Couldn't hold on to it. .6:20 to go in the third. 25-13 is their score. Scrim leads North Mason with the ball. Price with it on the far side. Now to McKean. McKean passes it to Davenport. Davenport draws a double team down to Daly. Daly tried to get an extra pass out there. It's deflected back into his face, and he draws the foul. Guan picked up his second. That's the first team foul on the Wolves. At the line for two free throws is Evan Daly. Daly has 2 points and his first trip to the line tonight. Yep, can't get the first one to fall. One more for Daly. 6:01 to go in the third. Daly's second free throw spins out. And Carter pulls down the rebound. Here he comes on the run the other way. Bounce it to Pinza. Pinza. Spreading it. Throws it over to Carter. Carter looking inside of the paint to Scheimer, but he gets it back to Pinza. Gets it back. Takes the three. Nope. Rebound. Price. And it looks like Scheimer are fighting for it. It's a tied up ball. Timeout is taken by North Mason. It'll be Bulldog ball when we come back here on MasonWebTV.com with 5:41 to go in the third. 25-13, still our score. It's a 20-second timeout. We'll step aside. Actually, we'll just finish this promo.
That's music at MasonWebTV.com.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Let's switch to Energy Star light bulbs and stop burning through cash. Saving energy saves you money.
It'll be Bulldog ball in their back court. Trailing by 12 points. 25-13. Price gets it to McKean and then gets it back, stops and gets it back to Davenport. Cross-court pass goes to McKean down to Daly on the baseline. Kicking it back out to Davenport to throw it up top to Price. Price puts it on the floor on the dribble, trying to get by the defense. Throws it to Allen off his hands. And Carter's going the other way. Lob it down low. to Brocklesby, and in there for the defense is Davenport. He'll draw the foul. That's his third. First whistle on the Bulldogs in the third quarter. At the line for 2 free throws, Jason Brocklesby is 5 points tonight, but he's 1 for 2, 4, 6 tonight. Make it 1 for 7. Alec Berry steps onto the court, replacing Tim Gwan. Brocklesby has another free throw for Sequim. 5:12 to go here in the third. 25-13, make it 26-13. As Brocklesby hit the second free throw. Here comes Price between the circles. Throws it over to Davenport. Bounce down to the baseline. Turnaround jumper for Evan Daly goes in. Give him 4 points. It's 11-point lead for Sequim. They have the ball. There's Pinza with it between the circles. Throws it over to Barry. Barry, the dangerous man. He's got 3 threes in the first quarter. Now Pinza has it. Bounce it over. And it's Carter up top to Pinza. Pinza, taught about a 3 a couple of times. Then I'm back to Carter, down to the box. Now Pinza and Barry. Brocklesby drives around Davenport, attacks the basket, lays it up and in, and gets the foul. They're going to call Evan Daly with his second personal foul. Daniel Berghoff into the ball game for North Mason, replacing Evan Daly. As Jason Brocklesby is at the line for possible 3-point play. 4:25 to go here in the third, and he hit the free throw. Give him 9 points, and it's 27-15. Here comes Price, top of the key. Between the circles, actually, with the dribble. Throw it over to Davenport, back to Price. Price gets a double screen. Then he goes over to McKean. McKean for 3. Nope. Rebound goes to Barry in traffic for Sequim. He'll hand it off to Pinza, and here he comes up the far side. Now Carter with it. To Scheimer. Scheimer. His pass is deflected and picked off, and here come the Bulldogs. C.J. Allen finds Price. Price has a 3-on-4, and he'll let the pack catch up to him. Throws it down to Allen. Allen attacks the basket, lays it up and in. 4 points for C.J., and it's a 29-17 lead for Sequim with 3:40 to go here in the third quarter. Carter in the corner to Pinza. Pinza to the three-point arc, drives to the foul line, kick it out to Carter. Carter drives baseline, bounce it over to Barry. Barry for 3, in and out. Rebound tapped and controlled by the Wolves. Carter, 3, no. Rebound Davenport for Sequim, or for North Mason, excuse me. And Price has it now. 3:20 to go in the third. Davenport to Price. Price between the circles, trying to get by Brocklesby. Finds Allen. Allen fakes inside, goes side of the paint, puts it up, drew the foul, but no whistle. Got his own rebound in the corner on the far side. Throws it over to McKean. McKean drives to the baseline. Throws it out to Price. Price fakes the 3, stops on the dribble to Allen. Allen side of the paint, looking down low. Drives side of the paint, stumbled, and now he's going to get called with 3 seconds on the Bulldogs. Evan Daly returns for North Mason, replacing Devontae Davenport. Sequim ball, leading 29-17. 2:53 to go here in the third. Here comes Pinza. High post feed it goes to Scheimer, down to Brocklesby. Double pumps and puts it up and in. And it's 31-17. 2:39 to go here in the third. Full timeout called by Sequim. And we'll step aside for a quick second here. It's 31-17. Sequim on top of North Mason tonight here on MasonWebTV.com.
That's a keeper.
Yep.
Remember adventure? We do. Your family fun begins at explorehoodcanal.com.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
It'll be Bulldog ball coming out of the timeout. 31 for Sequim, 17 for North Mason, 2:39 to go in the third. Allen will inbound it to Price, and here come the Bulldogs. Daly sets a pick for Price, and he'll throw it over to McKean. McKean will get it back to Price. Bulldogs are spreading the floor out. Price dribbles and finds McKean. McKean right back to Price. 14 on the shot clock. High post feed goes to Allen. Allen handed off to McKean. Turns around. Top of the key for three. Missed the shot. Rebound goes to Daly. His turnaround doesn't fall. Rebound to Christensen. Comes up with it. And here come the Wolves. Pinza throws it up to Brocklesby down to the baseline to Carter. Carter bumped out of bounds by Berghoff. And a turnover on the Wolves, only their fifth. Donovan Lee steps onto the court for Sequim. He'll meet Riley McKean, had 3/4 of the way in the court. McKean gets by Lee. Oh, actually, Lee's right there with him still. And now Berghoff has it. Daniel bounces it to the baseline to Price. Price throws it up to Allen, side of the paint. It goes to Daly. Lee comes up with it, slides on the ground, can't control it, and that's a turnover. It'll be a Bulldog ball, sideline inbounds. Berghoff will bounce it into Price. Minute and a half to go in the third. High post feed, it goes to Daly. Daly handed off to McKean. Fakes the three, drives side of the paint, stops on the box, fade away, goes in for Riley. Give him 8 points tonight, and it's 31-19. Carter going the other way for Sequim, throws it over to Barry. Barry bound to Brocklesby. Brocklesby back to Christensen off the glass and in. Eric Christensen with his first bucket of the night. 1 minute to go in the quarter, 33-19. Sequim on top. North Mason with the ball. Berghoff with it in front of us. Finds Allen to Daly, lost the ball, got to get out of the key. Evan, there you go. McKean will spread the offense and reset it with 15 on the shot clock. Price has it. Fakes the pass down low, shuffles out to the top of the key, throws it over to Berghoff, to Allen. Allen throws one off the glass, missed it. Daly with the rebound, and stolen away by Lee, and it goes to Brocklesby. Brocklesby is pushed in the back by Berghoff, puts it up and in. Berghoff picked up his first, third team foul on North Mason. Brocklesby's at the line for another possible three-point play. He has 2, 4, 6, 8 points in the quarter. Levi Rowland back in the ballgame. Is that right? No. No, actually he's not. Duckworth is in the ballgame, replacing Berghoff. Jason Brocklesby hit the free throw, and it's a three-point play. Tim Gaughan steps back onto the court for the Wolves, and they go full court press, leading by, 17 points. Daly has it in backcourt, gets it to McKean, back to Daly, throws it up to Duckworth. Duckworth throws it to Daly. Daly over to McKean. McKean spreading the court out. It's 20 on the shot clock. To Duckworth. Duckworth holds the ball, puts it on the floor, drives, and had it stolen away by Lee. Here come the Wolves. Lee's going to go one-on-one, bangs into Allen, and they're going to call a charge. Lee a little out of control. It's Bulldog ball in the backcourt in the baseline. Daly inbounds it. And the quarter runs out. So after 3 quarters, Sequim leads 36-19 for North Mason after 3 here on MasonWebTV.com. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with fourth quarter in just a moment.
Thank you for checking out MasonWebTV.com. MasonWebTV.com provides local information written by local people, giving you another source for news, sports, and weather in Mason County. MasonWebTV.com is committed and dedicated to Mason County, giving you just what you need to stay informed. We've made it as easy as possible to stay up to date with RSS feeds, and you can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. This is MasonWebTV.com. Check us out daily.
And we're back for the final 8 minutes of this ball game. Sequim leading 36-19 in this Olympic League battle. With the Sequim ball coming out of the timeout between quarters. Pinza, Lee, Guan, Brocklesby, and it looks like Barry on the court for the Wolves. Final 8 minutes. Pinza gets over to Lee on the far side, gets the ball back. Back to Lee. Lee looking low for Brocklesby. Back to Pinza. Pinza swing over to the near side. Now Barry has it. Shuffles the pass to Brocklesby on the box. No look out to Pinza. Pinza for 3. Nope. Rebound goes to Daly. He had it poked out of his hands. Brocklesby can't get to it in the corner. It's Bulldog ball. In the backcourt, almost in the corner. The very end of the Sequim bench. Daly will inbounds it. Push to Duckworth and gives it to McKean. McKean, up it goes to Price. Nice tap pass down to Allen. He has his shot rejected, but a foul called on Sequim. Win on Pinza, that's his first. So C.J. Allen's at the line for 2 free throws. C.J. has 4 points tonight. These referees are having control issues with the coaching staff on the bench. There's one referee's talking to both coaching staffs. And now we'll get Allen look at 2 free throws. So C.J. Allen's at the line for 2 free throws. Played 31 seconds here in the fourth quarter. First free throw for Allen off the glass. Nope. Yeah, get another one. $7:29 to go in the ball game. 36 for Sequim, 19 for North Mason. Make it 20. Here comes Pinza quickly the other way. Gives it up to Barry. Back to Pinza. Takes the pass down, drives to the foul line, shuffles the pass to Broxby. 2 steps to the hole and lays it in the glass. Give him 16 points tonight to lead all scorers now. Daly has it, throws it up to McKean. McKean, center of the court. Put over to Price. Price alley lob to McKean. He'll step back, find Allen. Allen, big jump stop, and you can't do that. CJ, sorry. And that's another turnover. I got 13 in the ball game on the Bulldogs, and I don't know if that's anywhere near it. 18-point lead for Sequim, 38-20. Wolves lead with 6:50 to go here in the ball game. Lee throws a wild pass that Pinza tracks down for the Wolves. Pinza drives to the foul line, steps back, throwing Lee down. It goes to Guan. Brocklesby in the paint, shot off. Nope. Rebound goes to Price. Here he comes the other way for North Mason. Top of the key to the foul line. Finds Allen side of the paint. Dribbles in. Fade away off the glass. Nope. Had his rebound, or had almost had it. Tapped it down the ball. Still free. Lee and McKean fight for it on the floor. The jump ball. That goes to North Mason. Carter and Scheimer return. Quad Ed Barry will sit down. It's Bulldog ball to the left of their backboard on the baseline. Price will trigger the play. Bulldogs start out along the line there, and the inbounds Goes to McKean. He shovels it back. Gets it back from Duckworth, and now Price has it. McKean at the top to Duckworth. Takes the three. Missed the three. Rebound tapped in and controlled by Carter. And here he comes the other way for Squim. Scheimer with three. Missed everything, and Duckworth comes up with the rebound. Here comes Price for North Mason. Price center of the court, now top the key. Stops on the dribble. High post feed, it goes to Allen. Tries to go to the left, bounces it out to McKean, to Price. Price, top the key for three. Oh, in and out, deep in and out. Allen with the, tried to tap and control it, but it goes to Pinza. And here comes Squim with 4:40 to go in the ballgame. Pinza put a little teardrop that fell off short. And coming up with the ball was Squim. Out it goes in the corner to Carter, and it's 3 seconds of the key on the Wolves. Christensen will return for the Wolves. They lead by 18, 38-20. 5.5 minutes to go here in the ballgame. Price has it. Back to McKean, and he gets the ball back. Shuffles more in the corner, hooks it to Allen. Quick passes. Duckworth down to the baseline. Daly, jumper, no. Rebound goes to Christensen. Out it goes to Brocklesby. Brocklesby on the run. He's going to try and go coast to coast. Got it stuck on his hip, but he manages to force up a shot. It goes in. Give him 18 points tonight. It's a 20-point lead for Squim. McKean takes the three, but a timeout is called. Full timeout is called by North Mason. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the ballgame. 20-point lead for Squim, 40-20. We will take a timeout. We'll step aside here on MasonWebTV.com.
Remember adventure? We do. The adventure begins at ExploreHoodCanal.com.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
It'll be Bulldog ball, far sideline inbounds. Coming out of timeout, 40-20 is our score. 4:55 to go here in the ball game. Price gets it down to Daly. Daly jumper from that spot just behind the backboard goes in. 6 points for Evan, and the Wolves come try and go back, and Brocklesby kind of scoops in a shot, banging into Allen. No whistle, but Brocklesby's shot falls. Price coming right back. Throws it to McKean. Cross court it goes to Daly. Evan tried to shuffle pass, got it blocked right back into his face. He throws up a three, misses it, and rebound goes to Jed Posadas, who's in the ball game for the first time tonight for Squim. Now Pinza with it to Brocklesby. Over to Carter. Carter in the corner, trying to spin baseline. Dribbles out to run some clock, I think. High post speed goes to Brocklesby. Trying to get by Allen, puts it on the floor, kick it out to Carter. Carter for three. Yes. Count the basket. And a foul on Christensen underneath after the shot. So Carter gets the three. But Christensen gets called with the fourth personal, or is it 5? It's 4 on him. He's still out there. So 3:58 to go in the ball game. 45 for Squim, 22 for North Mason. Price finds Daly. Daly's little teardrop under the bucket goes in. Evan Daly with 8 points tonight. Christensen has it on the box. Over through the backboard. Rebound goes to Duckworth. He'll find Price. Here come the Bulldogs. Trailing by 11. 45-24. Price to the trailer. Duckworth for three. No. Rebound. McKean in the Here's a midcourt stripe now. Price. Price no looks it into the corner. Daly for three. Yes. Give him 12. Let's see. That's 11 points for Daly. 45-27. 3:15 to go in the ball game. Pinza to Brocklesby. Brocklesby trying to get by Allen. Puts it on the floor. Drives side of the paint. Puts out the glass. Short rebound. Christensen. His putback is partially deflected. Allen comes up with a rebound. And there comes McKean for North Mason. Price. Three on the way. No. Rebound. Duckworth to McKean. He fakes the three. Shuffles to Duckworth. Back to McKean. Now to Price. Price is going to set the play. Goes to Daly. Daly for three. That's partially blocked. Brocklesby with the rebound. Here comes Squim the other way on the run. 45-27. Brocklesby lays off the glass and in. Nobody's stopping Jason. 8 points for him in the quarter. And give him 22. And timeout is called. 2:35 to go in the ball game. It's a full timeout. 20-point lead for Squim. 47-27. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back here on MasonWebTV.com.
Seconds count. In just 30 seconds, a small fire inside your home can double in size, or an oxygen-starving seizure can kill 1 million brain cells. Seconds count. So when you call 911, take a deep breath and answer every question, starting with the very first one.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
911 needs your exact location. 911 needs to know where to go.
That's low. That's low.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
It's Bulldog ball coming out of the timeout. Squim leads 47-27. 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game right now. Duckworth and Price. Now to McKean, over to Price. Price. High post feed to Allen, back to Price. Price for three. Yes. And the Wolves are going right back. Brocklesby drives in, finds Christensen. His shot missed over the top and no whistle. And then they'll put it up and in and count it, and then they'll call the foul on that. Christensen with the bucket. Possible three-point play. McKean picked up his fourth, and at the line for possible three-point play is Eric Christensen. His first trip to the line is 4 points. Alex Berry back in the ballgame for Squim. Donovan Lee also returns for Squim. 2 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the ball game. 49-30 is the score. Free throw is off. Lee sneaks in there and gets the rebound in the corner, and he's fouled by Price. That'll be Anthony's fourth. 2:06 to go here in the ball game. Squim leads 49-30. Guan has it. He'll hand it off to Lee. And Lee's going to try and dribble penetrate, and he's so quick on his feet. And he ends up traveling. Gives the ball back to the Bulldogs. As at 1:56 to go here in the ball game. Here comes Price quickly the other way. Throw it over to McKean. Back to Price. Price, high post feed to Allen. Allen down to Daly. Daly, one big step to the hoop and lays it up and in. I'll hand it off, and that is actually Picatus. And a 5-second count and a turnover on the Wolves. Minute and a half to go in the ball game. 32 for North Mason, 49 for Squim. Bulldogs trailing by 19 points here. Minute and a half to do something. Price speeds to the top of the key. Stops, throws it over Duckworth. Duckworth eyes the hoop, finds Allen. Allen will take a foul line jumper that fell off. Rebound goes to Lee. And Allen a little over aggressive there, fouls Lee. That'll be CJ's first. The 16 foul. So it's Wolves ball. 49-32 is our score. A minute 20 to go here in the ball game. Inbounds goes to Barry. Barry to Guan. Guan trying to get by the defense of Allen. Hook pass out to Christensen. He'll drive 2 big steps into the key, and the runner doesn't fall. Price with the rebound and a holding foul on the Wolves. And it went on Christensen, and if that is his 5th, so he's done with four personal foul, 4 points, excuse me. So it's a minute 5 to go here in the ball game. 49-32, Bulldogs get the ball back. Price gets it from the sideline inbounds. Met by Lee, gets the screen at the top. Finds Allen. Allen drives side of the paint right to the hoop, lays off the glass a little too hard. Rebound pulled down by Scheimer, and he'll get it up to Guan on the far sideline, looking for Lee to set the play. And Allen pokes it away and steals it. Here comes CJ the other way for North Mason. Nice spin move, double pumps, puts it up short. But CJ Allen's at the line for 2 free throws. Guan picked up his second. 16th foul on the Wolves. Allen's at the line for 2 shots for North Mason. He has 5 points tonight. He's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Ooh, keeping that cup and pops out. Make him 1 for 3. And get another one. 37.7 seconds to go in the ball game. 49 for Squim, 32 for North Mason. Make it 33 as Allen hit the second free throw. Lee with it in backcourt. Crossing midcourt, spinning. Got it hooked on his thigh, and McKean picks up the foul. That's 5 on Riley. He'll lead the ball game with 8 points. 28.5 seconds to go in the ball game. 49-33 is the score. So Devontae Davenport will step on. Riley McKean will sit down. His night is done. So at the line for a 1-and-1 is Donovan Lee. Missed the first one. Allen with a rebound. Gives it to Price. And here come the Bulldogs with 24 seconds to work. Price bangs bodies. Try to get a pass to Allen. Allen comes off with a deflection. Hooks it up top to Price. Price with 15 seconds. And a whistle on the Wolves. I think that'll go on Barry. Yes, it does. That'll be his first 1-and-1 for Anthony Price. First trip to the line for Anthony tonight is 3 points tonight. 13.9 seconds to go. 49-33. Squim on top. Free throw off the back of the iron. Rebound. Price comes up with it. No looks it to Daly. Daly, baseline jumper, rattled in, rattled out, rattled, and bounces around. And Barry will come up with a 5 seconds, and he should just run out the clock at this point. And that's it. Squim knocks off North Mason by a score of 49-33. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back here. Wrap this webcast up. The final Squim 49, North Mason 33 here on MasonWebTV.com.
I'll call it a sports complex building that was attached to the softball field. Fully involved when we got here.
You can either sign that or not. Doesn't make any difference. That's what I think of it. Steve, don't feel.
You solemnly swear?
We are therefore unwilling to comply with the board's October 31st, 2011 request to submit 8.5% budget cuts.
The reality is, when I took office 12 years ago almost, I took an oath of office to uphold the laws of the state of Washington and the United States.
It's our belief when the heat on the porch got significant enough, it just broke that glass, blew the door out. And when the glass broke out, it essentially sucked the fire into the house.
Rebound pulled down by Paget for Shelton. He'll get it to Fisher. 20 seconds to go. And Fisher lost it. Sandquist comes up with a miss the layup. The rebound is tapped up to the top of the key, and Bielik get a three-pointer!
Two receivers on the near side. In the shotgun goes Green. Comes the blitz. Green will just pull it down and run with it straight up the middle. Get out to the outside. He's going to go again all the way for the score. One guy to beat. Can Deercup get him in the goal line? Not quite. Touchdown, Red Devils.
Pitch on the way to Brown. There's a swing and a drive deep to center field. It's going. It's gone. It's a home run. It's a grand slam home run for Marissa Brown and the Bulldogs.
The 2011 Grand Marshal of the 4th Festival Parade, John Tarrant, the Mayor of Shelton.
To those who have and will continue to serve and protect us, especially to those here present, a profound thank you.
And again, the final here at North Mason High School. Sequim knocks off the Bulldogs 49-33. They did it behind Jason Brocklesby's 22 points. 9 from Alec Berry. 7 from Gabe Carter. 4 apiece for Anthony Pinza and Eric Christensen. 3 for Tim Guan. And 2 for Andrew Scheimer. For the Bulldogs, they were led by Evan Daly, 13 points. Riley McKean added 8. 6 for C.J. Allen, 3 for Anthony Price, 2 for Devontae Davenport, and a point for Daniel Berghoff. Bulldogs fall to 1-6 on the season, 1-4 in the Olympic League. The Wolves improved to 3-2 overall, 3-1 in the Olympic League. Well, that'll do it for us here at North Mason Gymnasium. Final score again, 49 for Sequim, 33 for North Mason. Our next webcast is next Tuesday in this building as the Kingston Buccaneers come to town to take on the Bulldogs. Again, the final, Sequim 49, North Mason 33. Thanks for tuning us in.